Good afternoon, USJ Blue Jays fans, and welcome to the first ever edition of the USJ Women's Soccer Report. My name is Josh Ingham of USJBlueJays.com, and today I'm joined by fourth-year head women's soccer coach Kelly Shimmin. Kelly, now let's take me back, a couple months ago over the summer to the recruiting process. You've added 14 new players to this year's roster, and really filled out the roster for this year with a total of 28 players. What went into that process over the summer to get, all these kids on campus?
I think it really started probably like a year or so ago, last season. We managed to get a lot of girls on campus. I think going co-ed has helped. But I think the biggest thing for us is the players that we have in the squad right now really believe in what we're trying to do. And I think they really sell the program for us. So basically, when I meet with a recruit, I'll answer any questions they have, but I try and let them spend as much time as possible with our team. And to be honest, every time a recruit comes back from that, they've fallen in love with the campus and the girls. So I think most of the credit really goes to them, that they're the ones that wanted a bigger roster and they're the ones that really sold the program for us.
So about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we opened up preseason. How was that? How was bringing all the girls back on? Again, we mentioned 14 new players. How did they get accustomed, and what did you see over those couple weeks of preseason this year?
I think it was nice. This is my first year where we've really had like a full squad, and it makes a huge difference. We've been able to play 11v11. We've been able to put people in different positions, and I think the intensity of practice has been a little different this year. Previous years, I think people got a little comfortable with, they knew that we didn't really have the bench to sub people in and out, whereas now there's a lot of competition for places. So, the freshmen have really come in and made an impact right away. And the great thing for us was, I think the seniors knew that coming in and the returning players, and, every single player passed the fitness test, which for us is, is huge. And I think it just shows their intent for this year.
So you have named two captains for this year, Deidre Caruso and Amanda Gent. Both somewhat defensive players. Amanda was a defender last year, kind of shifted towards the midfield for this year. What went into that decision-making process for that team this year? They are both seniors. Kind of talk about that decision process and what went into that decision-making.
I made Amanda captain last year with Shelby. I think they're completely different and they kind of balance each other out, which is good for us. Amanda's quieter and more leads by example, and she covers so much ground and she's always doing the extra fitness. She's always giving 100% in practice, and I think she's that, a very mature figure that, some girls are more prone to go talk to if they need to. Dee's a bit more of louder. She'll kind of tell you what she thinks, and I think we need that too. I think it's got to be able to tell each other when we're not performing, and I think we get that aspect from Dee. Last season when we lost up at Maine, Dee spoke to the team after, and in that moment as coaches we all decided that she kind of led up to being a captain. She made the decision for us that year. So
all right, great. So now let's get kind of into the first week of play. You guys started off very strong, 1-0 victory at Manhattanville last Friday in the season opener. Followed that up with a 4-0 victory over Dean on Sunday on the road. Talk about these first two games. What did you see out of your team? Obviously, 2 victories is always a good thing. What were some of the takeaways that you had from this opening weekend of play?
I think Friday we usually open with Manhattanville, and I think they're a very strong team. And to be honest, we went in there in first half. We didn't start off very well, but we were able to stay in the game, and that can be very important in some of these big games. We kind of corrected a few things at halftime, and the girls went out and were completely different second half. And we ended up having a good few chances. Jess played a great ball through to Morgan, tucked it away, and defensively we tightened up a lot. The Sunday game against Dean I thought was great. We got a lot of players in, all the freshmen were able to make an impact. Victoria got her first goal. We played some people at different positions. Alyssa came in at left back. So it was nice. It was our first real opportunity to see all the new players come in and be able to play and see how they fit with the returners. So I thought Sunday was a really good learning for the team, but also for us as coaches.
Following this weekend's play, the weekly Genic Awards come out every Monday. Obviously, Monday was Labor Day, so we had to wait till Tuesday to find out who the award winners for this week were. But Meg Ricci, junior goalkeeper from USJ, was announced the Ginec Goalkeeper of the Week. Talk about Meg's play not only this weekend, but what you've kind of seen over her, this is her third year now. She's really, I feel like, stepped up her game. Kind of touch on that, and then also just that honor for her from this Tuesday.
Yeah, I think Meg got thrown in at the deep end when she came in as a freshman. She was trying to follow Melissa Dodge, who was Goalkeeper of the Year, and obviously coming in as a freshman as a goalkeeper is probably the hardest position you possibly can. So she had her ups and downs her first year, and then I think she matured a lot sophomore year, and I think bringing Tom on board, who specifically worked with her and really pushed Meg to the next level and made some simple tweaks that he saw in her just that raised her game. And, the award she won last year, I think, showed that. And then she's come in, obviously, in preseason this year and has continued to be at that high level and, is only getting better as we go along.
So I hate to bring this one up, but unfortunately, yesterday, the home opener did drop a 1-0 defeat to MCLA. Talk about the play, what you saw out there. You guys did dominate the game, 18 shots to 3. Their one shot on goal happens to go in, and, they hold you. Their back line holds you. You guys had multiple chances kind of late in the game to maybe tie it up. But, unlucky. But, talk about what you saw out there and how you're going to use that for Saturday's Genic opener against St. Joe's of Maine. Yeah,
I don't think we kind of came out with the intensity we had in some of the previous games. And, we've talked about it last year and we continue to talk about this year. If you don't put your chances away, you're going to get punished, especially when you play better teams. So, they had one chance, they scored, and that's where we've got to stay switched on at all times. I think, it has been a long few weeks. We have played 3 games in a couple of days, but I just think we were off yesterday. And, obviously as coaching staff, it was frustrating for us. I think because we hold them to a higher standard than maybe they even do themselves, we were very disappointed with our performance. We did have 18 shots, but at the end of the day, you've got to put those away. So I think, going forward for Saturday's game, we've got to make sure we tighten up a little bit at the back so we're not giving those chances away and, really work on our attacking play where if we get a chance, we've got to finish it because, against some of the better teams in the Genic, we might only get 1 or 2 chances. So we've got to take a bit more responsibility on ourselves.
Awesome, Kelly. Well, thank you very much. Be sure to come down to the USJ soccer field on Saturday for the Blue Jays Genic opener, 2:30 p.m. against St. Joseph's College of Maine. Be sure to check the website for all updates on our USJ women's soccer team.